Venus takes off her party hat and puts on a boss lady attire as she leaves Sagittarius and enters Capricorn on Tuesday, January 23rd. And until February 16th, we may find ourselves attracted to people who are more mature, wise, and successful. We prioritize relationships that are stable and long-lasting, and we aren't afraid of working hard on the connections we cherish and the projects we hold close to heart. Let's take a closer look and break it down for all 12 signs. My name is Anastasia. I'm a traditional Western astrologer specializing in natal, relationship, and predictive readings. If you like my work, please support me by leaving a like or a comment, subscribing, and pressing the notification bell. All of that really helps, encourages YouTube to show my content to more people, helps me grow. You also have the option of saying thank you by buying me a coffee. I really appreciate that. Before we dive in, a couple of announcements. Until the end of January, you can save on my year ahead readings to find out what 2024 has in store for you. You can save $20 by using the coupon 2024, see below, and save on the in-person consultation, or you can save $40 on the recorded reading, and you can find that in the shop section of my website. The discount is already built into that one. In the shop section of my website, you can also find the products that I create with love and care. One of them is my 2024 planner. It is currently discounted. You can also find the information down below. 225 pages filled with major insights about transits, lunar phases, new moons, full moons, journaling prompts. It even includes dates that are great for love or dates that are perfect for business, as well as some challenging dates that you can keep in mind for maximizing the year ahead. Additionally, since we're talking about Venus, I would like to highlight my Venus in Libra 2 or Venus in Libra regular candles. These were created when Venus was in Libra, one of the signs she rules and is particularly strong at. This one is a 2023 creation. This one is a 2022 creation. Smells like rose. This one smells like honeydew, honeysuckle jasmine. So perfect for anyone who is born with Venus in more complicated positions like Aries, Scorpio, or Virgo. If your natal Venus is in the dark house, like 6th, 8th, or 12th, meaning that energy, Venusian charm, manifestation, attraction is harder to find. So you can find the links to both of those down below as well. Definitely take advantage. Like I said, I create them I started creating candles and other talismans to help myself, and I am honored to bring it to you guys and help you improve your life as well. So let me know if you have Venus in Capricorn, if you're born with this placement, and if you resonate with my description of it. That would be good to know. So it starts on Tuesday, January 23rd at 3:51 a.m. Eastern. Lasts until February 16th, 2024. Venus is quite happy in Capricorn. It has triplicity dignity because Venus likes being in Earth signs, especially in day charts. It's going to be co-present with Mars between January 23rd and February 13th, which allows Mars, the passionate, the masculine, the young energy of us, to be a little bit softer because Venus tends to smooth things over and make things less sort of competitive, right? Like we may still be ambitious and interested in achieving our goals, but Venus will help us do so without coming across as just jerks, right? So a little bit about Venus in Capricorn. Capricorn is a cardinal sign. It's a yin sign, it's an earth sign, and it's a Saturn-ruled sign, right? So out of those, we can figure out a lot of the significations of Venus in Capricorn. So starting with cardinal, right? Cardinal signs initiate. They are signs that are not afraid of starting things. So if you have Venus in Capricorn, you will not be afraid of going after your goals. And since we're getting Venus in Capricorn by transit, we're all going to feel that on some level. Venus in Capricorn being a yin sign and being a Saturn-ruled sign suggests that we may find ourselves feeling a little bit more traditional, a little bit more interested in working within the rules of the system, a little bit more structured, right? Like Venus in Capricorn can encourage us to achieve our ambitions, but it's not like, but it's not like we are going to break from convention like Venus and Aquarius must, right? Like we may crave relationships that are more sort of traditional, committed, predictable on some level because we want security, right? It's an earth sign. It really values security. So we might, around this time, we might be more attracted to people who offer that to us. So benefiting through your connections with authority figures, dating authority figures, being attracted to older people is quite likely, right? You may also find yourself feeling more closed off on some level, right? Venus has been in Sagittarius in most of January, and some of us may have felt just sort of like a lot more easygoing, go with the flow, have fun type energy. Well, Venus goes into Capricorn and you can still party, but you will be a lot more success oriented, a lot more work oriented. Like I said, relationships, we choose relationships that have potential. So it's a very interesting shift from Venus and Sagittarius, where we're just like interested in adventure and having fun. So you may find yourself looking for commitment. You may feel that deeper shift. Creatively, it could be also a very creative placement. The fact that it's ruled by Saturn, I think there is that ability to perfect things and to work through all the details and persevere. So it's a great time to polish your projects, to maybe learn new things, to make some kind of improvements. Of course, watch out for being too skeptical, watch out for being too reserved, too sort of closed off. I think Capricorn can be like quite a passionate and deeply feeling sign, but sometimes Saturnian attitudes do not express that. Saturn sort of steps in and says that, no, I got this, I'm fine, I don't need your help. I don't care about anything. But in reality, you do. You just sort of have this like walls around you. So beware of that. But yeah, great time to work with other people, great time to build connections, great time to focus on achievement and developing your relationship. I think, like I said, Venus in Capricorn is not afraid of hard work. So it's not afraid of like making a relationship better. It's not going to discard a relationship for the next glittery, shiny thing. It's going to actually persevere and make things better. So if you have been dealing with any relationship challenges, or even if you want to kind of move the relationship forward, it's a great time. Some of the fun dates to note, some of the important dates between January 27th, 28th, Venus will sextile Saturn and trine Jupiter. You may find yourself receiving support of authority figures. You may find yourself dating authority figures. It could bring relationship growth and commitment. Saturn tends to solidify things, right? So it's a great time, I think, to both expand the relationship, but maybe also have some kind of conversation to clarify the boundaries and the rules in a relationship and just sort of express what you're seeking. February 7th, Venus will trine Uranus in Taurus, bringing opportunities for freedom, innovation, experimentation in relationships. And then February 13th, Venus will sextile Neptune, which is beautiful for rest and connection and spiritual conversations and sort of, cuddling and having a good time. Not the most like super crazy passionate transit, but still a pretty good transit. No Venus Pluto this time around in Capricorn, because Pluto has moved on the 20th of January. So Venus will not conjoin Pluto well in Capricorn. So let's break it down for all 12 signs and touch on what kind of benefits Venus in Capricorn can bring for you. If you are an Aries rising, Venus is entering your 10th house and will be aspecting Saturn in your 12th and Jupiter and Uranus in your 2nd. So For Capricorn risings for a while at this point, Capricorn season has been all about career. We've had Mercury retrograding in your house of career. We've had Mars in your house of career. So if you've encountered, if you like started new things and you've questioned something about your professional life, Venus joining Mars can make things softer, can make your professional relationships easier. Maybe there is more understanding, more support of bosses and authority figures. Like if you're looking to have conversations about your future, about, you know, taking on more projects, making more money, now is the time. You can find yourself, especially because of that trine to Jupiter, which perfects right around like 27th, 28th of January. There is lovely opportunities for financial gains through your career or for getting a job that pays better, for example. Dating someone you work with, because Venus rules your 7th house of relationships. You may also either meet someone through your job or start a business with your partner or meet someone at like a mixer through a colleague. Definitely work can be a source of more romance. And Venus likes doing work that is pleasurable and enjoyable, so that becomes a really big question for you. Do you have enough fun at work? Do you need to take on projects that train your creative muscles? Do you need to have more sort of time to do artistic work outside of the job? Those kind of questions you will be asking yourself. If you are a Taurus rising, Venus is entering your 9th house. Venus in the 9th house, you know, Mars has been in your 9th house. We've had the sun here. So on some level, you could have been really focused on learning new things, on traveling, or maybe making plans for travel. Maybe you have been asking deep philosophical questions, right? If you are a student of life, maybe you've been sort of pondering, you know, how your life is changing, where you're going, what your goals are. And with only Mars here, there could have been like a lot of action, but not necessarily just like joy and chill. And so I think Venus entering your 9th house could be the time when you're starting to feel like a little bit more cheerful if you're asking deep questions, if you're studying, your relationships with your classmates, your relationship with your teachers can improve. There might be like a desire to learn about sexuality, maybe understand your romantic placements, you know, book a reading with yours truly to find out what your chart says. But yeah, like some more focus, I think, on love, more focus on understanding love, maybe even understanding your partner, exploring things. There's a sextile to Saturn in the 11th and the trine to Jupiter and Uranus in your 1st. So maybe you are, you know, maybe you're learning something that will help you achieve your dreams with Saturn being in the 11th. Maybe you're building maybe you're learning so that you can start a project with a friend, because we're still aspecting that Jupiter and Uranus in your 1st house, and you're going through big changes in terms of your body, in terms of your health, in terms of your identity. So Venus in the 9th just offers an opportunity to gain some knowledge and maybe even, you know, meet a lawyer, deal with some kind of legal documentation, visas, and kind of bring things into reality and sort of take those like finishing touches to make your business official, to make your podcast official, to make your dream official. And dating someone foreign. Let's not forget, Venus represents love. So dating someone who you meet while traveling, or someone with different culture, or even someone who's like really well educated and can teach you something is quite likely. For the beautiful Gemini risings, Venus is entering your 8th house. 8th house is the place of other people's resources, their money, their knowledge, their connections. So Venus being here can definitely help you find the connections you need. It could improve your finances. It could improve your partner's finances. So Venus here could definitely bring some kind of bonus and like a small bump to your partner's resources, and then that benefits you. You may become more interested in spiritual, mystical, intuitive arts and try to learn a little bit more. You may become more focused in how you interact with other people, try to have more fairness, more balance here. There is a sextile to Saturn in your 10th house and trine to Jupiter and Uranus in your 12th house. So definitely esoteric, definitely doing work that heals other people, starting partnerships that heal other people. I could see you getting some kind of financial benefit or other benefit through your boss, through your job. Maybe they're supporting you, maybe they're offering you new opportunities. So, something that is either like a good resource or a literal financial bonus and bump. Benefiting through other people, getting sort of like more gifts from other people. Receiving an inheritance, if that's something you're waiting on, is also quite likely. And in terms of like dating and relationships, dating someone who maybe has unpredictable hours, who works with other people's money, someone who's like a little bit mysterious is quite likely here. For the beautiful Cancer risings, Venus is entering your 7th house. This is once a year. Actually, in 2024, you get this twice a year, but it's a period of Venus in your 7th house of relationships. You've had the sun here during Capricorn season. Mars is here right now. So there's a lot of action. There's a lot of desire. There's a lot of sort of movement in your house of relationships. But I think Venus coming here could make things easier, could maybe bring someone into your life where you don't have to work really, really hard, because Venus can create this manifestation energy. So seeking out relationships, meeting new people, dating, but also negotiating, right? If we're talking about business, this is a lovely time to partner up with someone, to start some kind of, relationship. Even Venus rules your 4th house of property, so maybe even talk to a real estate agent or kind of look for, a new home for yourself is quite likely. So romantically, this could definitely be a more passionate time. This could be the time you're having conversations about commitment. In some cases, it might be about, updating relationship, changing things. For single people, this could be great for any kind of contracts, negotiating, making agreements with other people. Business, great time to like negotiate and figure things out, look for a business space, etc. It is sextiling Saturn and Neptune in your 9th house and trines Jupiter and Uranus in the 11th. So relationship developments that tie you to the sector of education and to the sector of hopes, dreams, and friendships. So the friendships and education, if Venus is in the house of love and we're talking about love, dating someone you meet while traveling, dating a classmate, dating someone you meet through your job if you're an educator, taking a friendship to the next level, whether that means you're starting a business or you're starting to date a friend, are all possibilities here. And of course, if we are talking about not romantic connections and contracts, that's where you're negotiating or where you are reaching out to people and connecting with people. Sector of education, travel, writing, legal matters, like maybe you're shopping for a book deal. Is that the way you say it? You're bringing your manuscript and asking, like trying to find a publisher or something. Or with the 11th house connection, you're also working in tandem with other people to help yourself reach your dreams. Please let me know how this resonates down below. If you are a Leo rising, Venus is entering your 6th house, making your work life better, easier, more free-flowing. Your relationships with colleagues are improving. There is a lot more harmony, joy. Maybe you're going out more. Maybe you're just in general sort of ironing out any difficulties. Maybe you're going out with someone you're working with, both romantically or just to build a friendship, right? Venus will encourage you to focus on doing work in a more pleasurable way, whether that means that you're working from home a little bit more, or you're listening to music, or you are going outside more, or, you know, like I said, becoming friends with your colleagues so you're more connected. There are likely to be opportunities to improve your everyday life. Watch out for overindulging. And because, like, whenever we have, you know, Venus or Jupiter transiting through the 6th house, we tend to be a lot more easygoing with our routines. Like, we are not sticklers for eating healthy. Venus in your 6th house will be aspecting Saturn and Neptune in the 8th and trining Jupiter and Uranus in the 10th. So definitely professional achievement, professional enjoyment, even possibly financial gains and financial benefits, like getting a bonus or getting a pay raise, or even getting higher tips or something like that is possible here. For the lovely Virgo risings, Venus is entering your 5th house of romance, pleasure, children, and it's the house joy for Venus, so hooray, congratulations. And Venus in here is just super attuned to having a good time. So you're a Virgo rising, you work hard, you are perfectionist, you're maybe critical of yourself. So good news, Venus lets you relax a little bit. You may find yourself interested in bringing back some kind of hobbies, going out dancing, you know, connecting with your friends, sort of having fun. You may notice being noticed. There might be more dates, there might be more people coming into your life, pursuing you. You don't even necessarily have to go out of your way. Just make sure to, like, go outside. You may be more interested in dressing up. You may enjoy spending time with children or spend more time making babies. Mars is also in your 5th house. It's like a very playful, passionate, fun time. There's a sextile to Saturn and Neptune in the 7th and trine to Jupiter and Uranus in the 9th. So some of your pleasurable activities could involve going out with your partner. They could involve working on your business. They could involve traveling, learning, writing. There might be some, you know, sort of advancements in those areas. If you are writing a book, if you are looking to start a business partnership, there might be opportunities there. Of course, like, you know, 5th house is the house of, like, fun. And a lot of times we look at fun as just sexual relationships, but because there's a sextile to Saturn, you may actually find yourself moving relationships that are sort of just chill and easygoing to a different level and finding more commitment in those kinds of relationships. Yeah, let me know how this resonates. Have you been feeling Mars here? Have you already noticed things being more steamy and passionate? For my beautiful Libra risings, Venus is entering your 4th house. Mars has been here. Maybe you've been noticing that you're more active with your family. Maybe you've been brainstorming a lot of ideas to improve your home, to take action, to sort of do DIY projects. So if things have been feeling go, 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 Venus can create a bit more chill, a bit more ease. You are sort of focusing now, instead of doing just DIY projects and improving things, you're focusing on doing so with pleasure, being sort of slow and steady. You're maybe spending more money on your home. There is a trine to Jupiter and Uranus in your 8th house. You may be shopping for a home or shopping for supplies to sort of beautify and redesign and renovate your home. And there's cue construction sounds. Ta-da! I'm a Libra rising, and there is Mars currently in my 4th house, not Venus quite yet, but, you know, maybe this is Mars, and when Venus comes in, I will start hearing music coming from my neighbors. Like, very beautiful, relaxing music. So any family tensions can get smoothed over. Let's remember that at this point, there's no Pluto anymore in your 4th house, so home can start to feel a lot more enjoyable and peaceful, with happy relationships with family, with more cozy, comfortable feelings going on, and just even more romantic nights in. As well as I can potentially see this as dating someone who comes from your hometown or someone who speaks your language, someone who grew up in a similar environment. All of that is a possibility too. You may also be with, the fact that Venus will be sextiling Saturn and Neptune in the 6th house. You may also be looking at making your home more work friendly, or creating better boundaries if you're working from home between your work and your home, because you don't want sort of have those spill over or those get like mixed up. Let me know how this resonates. For the beautiful Scorpio risings, Venus is entering into your 3rd house. If you're single, this could be the time you're ready to mingle. How cheesy. But it's true though, 3rd house represents your community, your immediate environment. So Venus being here, you've had Mars here, right? So maybe you've been taking on new projects, maybe you've been taking on a different role in the collective, being more active in your neighborhood, going out running. I think Venus will encourage you to do activities in the neighborhood that are supportive of your peace, that are social. So like going out to the local bars to connect with people, going out picnicking if you are in the part of the world that is warm right now. Learning new things. 3rd house represents skills, passions, hobbies. So taking your passion projects to the next level where you're perfecting your existing work, right? You're sort of honing your skills, learning new things. You may enjoy and spend more time with siblings and have an improved relationship with siblings and neighbors. But really beautiful for sort of any kind of creative projects. Your mind is more inspired, right? Connecting with people, dating neighbors, dating people you have met through your siblings is also quite likely. It's a very romantic Venus this time around because there is a sextile to Saturn and Neptune in the 5th and trine to Jupiter and Uranus in the 7th. So romantically, really nice. Business. 3rd house is also business. So, and the fact that there is a sextile to the 5th house and trine to the 7th house, business agreements, partnerships, having an easier time in terms of finding supporters, connecting with other people, negotiating, signing contracts, all of that is beautiful too. Let me know how this resonates. If you are a Sagittarius rising, Venus is moving towards your 2nd house. 2nd house is money, values, confidence, right? What do you base your self-worth on? So whenever Venus comes in here, we tend to feel more secure within ourselves. You may find yourself interested in investing money in your well-being, in yourself, in your looks. So sort of, like spending more money, but also potentially maybe making more money. Spending money on Venusian things like dates or clothes or beauty products is also likely. Beauty procedures, right? Investing, spending money on art, spending money on fashion shows. Whatever you find enjoyable, basically you're likely to find yourself investing into that. Dating someone who offers you financial security and sort of prioritizing relationships with people who are financially stable, I can see here, or just even, sort of looking, I think, to build up yourself, to build your own confidence, and then attracting people who reflect that is a possibility here. Venus will be sextiling Saturn and Neptune in your 4th house, trining Jupiter and Uranus in the 6th. So financial gains, bonuses coming from work, sort of, maybe you've been working on a project for a really long time, especially around January 27th, 28th, when Venus is making aspects to Saturn and Jupiter, and then February 7th again, there might be some kind of financial returns, bonuses. Investing into your home, buying a home, moving, redecorating, redesigning, all of that is a possibility here, as well as potentially some kind of boost in confidence or actual resources and either appreciation or actual an envelope with money coming from family, and improving your finances is also a possibility. Let me know how this resonates in the comments below. Oh. Now, if you are a Capricorn rising, Venus is entering your first house. This is nice. This is beautiful. We like Venus in the first house. It's always, I always see it as you at your most charming. If you're born with Venus in the first house, you're gifted with that energy. You are a child of Venus. You're naturally more diplomatic, more sort of creative, right? Better at like manifesting love potentially. But as a Capricorn rising, you get this between January 23rd and February 16th. You get that Venus in the first house. You may receive more gifts. You may receive more compliments. You become the source of light and beauty. So you're dressing up more. You're connecting with other people. You're more likely to kind of get support of others. So anything you need, do that. Ask people for favors right now. Best time. Always really a good period to improve your look and do any beauty procedures, update your wardrobe, anything like that. Venus will be sextiling Saturn and Neptune in your third house and trining Jupiter and Uranus in the fifth. So I read this as like either you are working on some kind of creative project, your business, and you're using this charm. You're also kind of like expressing your creative side, maybe negotiating for your business or for your writing project, for some kind of, creative project. Or you're using this charm to like improve your relationships and move a relationship to the next level. Maybe like having important conversations, expressing things that you have been thinking about and now getting ready to say them. Let me know how this resonates and have a good time. It's a really good one. If you are an Aquarius rising, Venus is entering your 12th house. So a good time to get away, right? Venus in the 12th house is hidden, more private, so you are kind of going into a bit of a hibernation. Doesn't mean everything just slows down, but you're less interested in like being showy, right? Like it's literally the period when you're like hiding away from social media and you're going on vacation, or you're taking a road trip with your partner, you're spending some time behind closed door and just kind of connecting spiritually, sexually, but doing so quietly. I know a couple of Aqua risings who are traveling, who are really like literally escaping and moving away. Creative inspiration, sort of more colorful dreams are possible at this time. Gotta warn you, always Venus in the 12th house can create a bit of a thirst for drama, a bit of a tendency to go for people that are not right for us, people who need saving, people who are lost somehow. So just beware that you may find yourself more attracted to people who are not so great for you at this time. There is a sextile to Saturn and Neptune in the second, and trine to Jupiter and Uranus in the fourth. So once again, really great for getting away and planting roots in a foreign place. Really good also for planting roots and nesting yourself in a spiritual practice, because 12th house represents your mental health. So maybe you're also like investing in some kind of, yoga teacher training, or investing into therapy, meditating, anything like that. Like Venus in the 12th house can definitely bring you more excitement from those spiritual questions. Let me know how this resonates. How, like, Mars has been in your 12th house since January 4th. Have you noticed being more restless? Has your sleep been good? Mars is exalted in Capricorn, so maybe it's not affecting you that bad, but sometimes Mars in the 4th house can definitely like disrupt our sleep a little bit. Now, if you are a Pisces rising, Venus is entering your 11th house of friendships, networks, social media. That suggests to me that you are entering your more social stage in life. Maybe you're getting ready to go out more. Maybe you're hanging out with your friends, forming harmonious social relationships, kind of being part of like a dance group or a volunteer organization or a fitness, like a running club, anything like that. This would be highly enjoyable right now. Making new friendships, making new connections, getting opportunities to speak in front of people. There is a sextile to Saturn and Neptune in your first house, so You may be sharing your ideas in front of a large group of people. Maybe you're speaking at a conference, networking more. There's also trine to Jupiter and Uranus in the 3rd house. So literally, speaking and taking some kind of action when it comes to business, changing your everyday life, changing routines, finding people who are more aligned with how you feel, what the kind of new thoughts, new processes, new growth that you're experiencing in life. And of course, Venus always on some level represents romance. So here you may be attracted to people who feel like they're your friends, or might literally be attracted to your friends. And starting to date a friend is a possibility here. Let me know how this resonates. Mars has been in your 11th house. Have you already noticed that you've been more active, more social? Maybe you had to fight for some kind of cause and represent some people who are not represented enough. I hope it's a good one. Enjoy Venus and Capricorn, and I'll talk to you very, very soon. Bye.